Hello everyone, this is Jagtar Shergill. Today I'm going to talk about the inflation and interest rate effect on ordinary people. From last year, since the early 2022, there's so many interest rates. I think over 10 times the interest rates gone up from 0.25 to 5%, and people's home mortgages almost double or sometimes even more than that. So it's really hurting a lot of homeowners or new first time buyers who bought the homes hoping that this will be their payment or have some plus minus 2% interest rate adjustment in their mind, but they never know that it will be going 5 times or 10 times higher than what they are paying before. So and because of the pandemic, government first gave a lot of free money, CERB benefits, which I don't agree with much. Like why this give so much money without asking any questions to anybody who applied, even though they're recovering from people who got it fraudulently. But still, that grant during pandemic create a lot of cash in people's hands, and it create a lot of uh, buying in homes, detached home, far away from downtowns and far away from GTA even. So that create inflation because when everybody end up buying, so but now the government and the Bank of Canada has one tool that since last year keep raising rates until the inflation gone down or people are suffering, they can't find jobs. So if there's big data coming up that there's more job growth, so they go back and raise the interest rate up. So they really want to hit down the people and ordinary people who are already struggling. When there is a layoffs, so a lot of crunch going on the money and spending side, so everything is hard on people. So the rich people who can afford it easily, buying the normal things, it will not affect them that interest rate hike or inflation. It don't bother them much as it bothers ordinary Canadians. So I believe that interest rate hiking is not the only solution to lower the inflation and bring the economy back to proper normal levels. So government should check on other players too. It's just not the like you raise the interest rates so people cannot buy homes and a problem will be solved, or people will laid off some, so less jobs and less economy will be cooled down. That's not the solution. Should go sector by sector to track down who are the main players raising the prices. For example, in supply chain industry, the major problem is because there's not many supplies and building materials. We don't have enough labor, proper labor, like skilled labor to build homes. So that's the main reason for inflation. I know my neighbor, he has money and he built the home and he has to wait for 3 months just to wait for the windows to come so that he can finish his home. He was putting plastic on, and when rain comes, so after 3 months, the windows came. Then he was able to finish his home. And same thing for cars. Government didn't do enough in the BC when there was a strike at the port from the workers to resolve their issues and move the things forward. So there are so many ships were parked in the ocean there in the waters of Vancouver, and there was no more cars coming out from other countries, especially Japanese cars. So then there was shortage of cars. Then dealerships also raised their prices, or even some people were selling the car much more than the actual price. I remember that I bought the car like a touring model, a hybrid, and then my friend asked me how much you bought for, and he told me that even though he was getting a very basic model, but it was more than $5,000 my car. So which that car is mostly about $10 to $15,000 less. So there was greed from that side when there's no shipments coming. So government should work on those issues where why there's supply chain problem, where they can help solve it. And same thing in grocery stores. The inflation is 5% or 3% or 6% when it was higher, or even 8%. So why the grocery prices went almost 10, 12, 15%? And same thing with oil prices. Even when there's small storm comes or weather changes, next day you see the prices of the gas pumps are much higher. On the weekends, lot higher prices. How come the oil prices goes so much higher all of a sudden at night time, before the weekend? And so there's so many factors. So they had to go sector by sector to check where is the problem and find those people who are responsible, and they should face the justice system. And if you try to go sector by sector, if you one sector is identified, the next one, then rest of sectors will also uh, know that action is coming, so there will be no greed. So I feel that there's a greed also creating a lot of shortage of homes, of materials, and vehicles, so that they can charge more by showing the scarcity of things. So once the scarcity is thing is worked out, and work on all the sectors rather than just raising interest rates, then there can be solution, and people will be in much better financial state. Because right now it's just a housing crisis, because homes are not building. There's no shortage of land in Canada, like you cannot build the homes, but there's so much red tape there, and so much people or builders are holding on to the lots, or they're selling few lots at a time so that they can get maximum profit. So so that's my message. And I think if you raise your concerns to your local member of parliament or provincial member of parliament, and wherever you can have access, so raise these issues, tell them that go sector by sector. Do not just raise the interest rates. I know that a few days ago they put the line on interest rate, it didn't go up, but the Bank of Canada said if the inflations go up again, and they will raise the interest rates even further, and there's no sign of interest rates coming down anytime soon. So that's my message for inflation and rising prices, and shortage of supplies, supply chain issues, and grocery prices high. So government has to go step by step, sector by sector, to check where is the problem, who is gouging prices, and why the shipments are not coming, and what they can do to make it more smooth transition of things, so that it so situation can be solved, not just with one interest rate hike after hike, and making the life miserable, and making the property values go down, and people are unable to buy the home. And now the rental market is so hot, people are bidding on apartments. I just heard from one of my realtor friend that here in Mississauga, one bedroom apartment coming for $2,500. And even though the person applied for that apartment, he's okay to pay $2,500 for one bedroom, but when he give the offer, there was five more offers which were willing to pay more than $2,500, because they cannot find elsewhere for a rental. So that's a very tough situation. I know a lot of people are suffering, and I talk to people personally, and they raise concerns. So because I am mostly on YouTube raising concerns of different issues, so I thought maybe I'll raise it, and you should comment on this video, share to other people. Even you can make your own video or go to your member parliament or provincial parliament member, and so that you can raise your concerns, so that it can be proper solution can be found than just one stroke of interest rates and losing jobs, losing homes, and that's not a very good situation. So that's my message. So please discuss it with your friends, family, and raise your issues in any way you can. So that's the only way you can get involved with this process to fix the things. Politicians alone will not do this unless they are pushed or they are getting a lot of messages from the citizens what should be done and where is the problem. So that's why, as a concerned citizen, I raise this issue in this video. I hope you like it. So please subscribe the channel and share the video. And I'll raise another issue in another video at next time. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.